What is up, YouTube? So yesterday we hit 100, and I'm supposed to have a story to tell with that. This is my second level 100 ever. So back in, well, I guess we'll start from the beginning. So back in Onslaught, which was the very first league of Passive Exile, that's when I started playing the game. I was playing mostly standard because I was new to the game, and you know, you don't really play hardcore the first thing you do in a brand new game. At least that's my philosophy. And I was playing a bunch of on Onslaught actually. There's actually two separate leagues back then. There was a separate league for hardcore and a separate league for softcore. I was playing some Onslaught to practice racing, because the races were like hardcore, and then when Nemesis started, that would be the league after, and that would be 1.0, and that would be like the official release of the game. I started playing on Nemesis because all the friends I made were playing hardcore for some reason. So I was like, well, alright, I guess I'll play hardcore too. And I was just having fun, I guess. And then they released Invasion Hardcore League. And that was like the most insane, brutal hardcore league ever. It was the most rippiest league to date, probably. So I played for like, I don't know, a couple of weeks on Invasion, dying all over, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna play on softcore. So I swapped to the softcore league there. Then I think Beyond came after that, swapped back to hardcore. Anyway, so during Bloodlines, when Bloodlines released, I was all set. Let's go for level 100. Let's get a level 100 on hardcore. And I wasn't even fucking close. Like, I would die to the most insane, dumbest shit of all time. I would just absolutely die to the most dumbest bullshit of all time. Then we have, what, with Tempest. I didn't actually play at all there because I had some like real life issues and stuff. And then came... It's not gonna be like in real order, but in Talisman, I made a gamble on my starter build. I wasn't sure how it was gonna perform. I wasn't know it was gonna be any good at all. And before I knew it, I was level 96. I was just, oh shit, I'm 96. There's 4 more levels to go. I guess we'll try for 100. And I got there, so I got my first level 100 character. And I did it solo for the most part. I did team up with a couple of friends for like level 97, halfway from 97 to 98. And then I teamed up with Rise from like 98 to 98 and a half. And then I did the rest solo again, and I swore to myself I am never, ever, ever, ever leveling to 100 solo ever again, because it was so grindy and it was so expensive to roll all the maps and shit. But yeah, then came Pirandus. I thought that was an absolute garbage league. It was really boring, so I just rushed the 36 challenges and quit the league. But then Havoc and Tyrael, I think, started the very first hardcore solo self-found, because there weren't any solo self-found leagues yet, so they made their own. So you have to make your own account. You had to make a new separate account in order to join in, and I had nothing to do. It seemed like fun, so I joined in. again, I gambled on my build. I didn't know if it was going to work at all or how it was going to work. And that was the very first time I played Essence Drain, and I did it Iron Will. And I got to... well, I got to rank 1, but that's because literally everyone ahead of me died. Steel was like several levels ahead of me, then he died at 98. So all my competition died. And then when I was rank 1 and the competition died out, they started the 1 month league, and whoever was still playing the solo self-found dropped solo self-found to play the 1 months instead. So I had literally no competition whatsoever. So I got to 99.5 and I ripped. And that was my 3rd ever attempt at level 100. I've made 3 total attempts at level 100. Bloodlines failed. Talisman got it. Parandus is all self-found. 99.5. Almost got it. And then I've never gone for it again. I mean, I have a bunch of like 97s, 98, even like a 99 on softcore. But I've never gone for 100 on softcore because to me there is really no point leveling to 100 on softcore. There's like no achievement to it for me. But this time around, I wasn't actually gonna go for 100. I thought, well, I might, but I'm probably definitely not. So I got to 97 and I was probably like done with the character. But I got close to 98. So I was like, well, let's get 98 then. And then I got close to 99. I was like, well, shit, let's get 99 then. And once I hit 99, I stopped playing the character for a really long time. And I was like, well, fuck it, let's go for 100. And here we are. And I am probably not gonna go for 100 again on softcore. And if I do go back to hardcore, which is unlikely, maybe in 2.0, I won't go for 100 unless it's hardcore again. So, I'm probably gonna cut this really weird because halfway into the story I realized that I should probably do this story after certain things. So I'm probably gonna cut it like weirdly. So we're probably gonna start the video now, really. So changes I've made to the build, they're very small. So this is like the final. We're at 10.7k energy shield. I have let me actually find, yeah, we have these. So we still have the wand, we still have the same helmet, we still have the same shield. Rings are new actually. We still have the new same boots. We still have Aliapathy. I've been playing mostly with Bisco's Leash. I've been playing sometimes with a Headhunter, but Essence Drain is truly probably the worst build you can play a Headhunter with. Literally the only thing that benefits you is haste. A hasted mob is like the only thing that benefits you ever. Let's see, so I crafted a new chest piece. I can compare it with the old one. I should have it somewhere. I can do this. Actually, it's probably easier to do this, I guess. So I got a double corruption. Used something on it. I mean, I've had lots of double corruptions actually, but I got like a second double corruption in a row. And I was like, well, let's double corrupt the chest piece. But the poof machine is a poof machine for a reason that it is a poof machine. So I crafted a backup. This thing here. So it's got like 200 more evasion and like 100 more flat energy shield almost. And corrupted this, and all I got was white sockets. but it is like an insanely good chess piece. Slam the Int, sadly tier 7. Also, a while back, I crafted these gloves. Socket gems deal more damage over time, but it turns out these, actually if I put these on, I go up to 11k. But it turns out these are more or less exactly equal to these gloves, because Alleyopathy is, they are a 5-link, and these are a 4-link, so the 5-link more or less adds the 30% more damage. That would be void manipulation basically, so yeah, well, technically I would get a little bit more. So, in terms of defense, rare gloves would be better, but these are the same damage. These are like arguably a little bit more, but we also get 10% AoE. We get hinder immunity, but there seems to be literally nothing in the game that actually hinders you. The Ghost Hands in Delirium still slows you. Like, everything still slows you. Everything still hinders you. So I have absolutely no idea what actually is considered hindered in this game, because it doesn't seem to work. That or the gloves are bugged. I don't know. Bought new rings with % energy shields. And is that a prefix open? Yeah, prefix open, so it's slammed on some damage. Sadly, that is the bottom roll. They cost an Exalt. This ring I can't divine because I need it. Well, I could divine it, I mean, but I literally need to code at 45. And I need this ring to be, well, I've used a, what is it, tempering? Is tempering? Yeah, tempering. So that would, so if we go by like the actual rolls, I would need 11 all res, and I would need 27 cold res. Well, basically I could probably divine them now, but now it's no point. Yeah, because now, well, I mean, if we do like this, kind of, or it's more the headhunter thing, actually. Mostly because of the headhunter, because with the headhunter I would be at 75 exactly on my cold, but with the regular belts, we're really good on resist. But there's really no point like fine-tuning the gear now that we are 100. Still rocking Impressions with temp chains. Oh, I didn't actually put the thing back in here. Wait. Oh. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna make this my bosser now, so there's no point doing temp chains, so we'll do that again. As for the tree, I made some small changes. I dropped this part here, down here. The passing used to be down here and then up to Method to the Madness and then through here. But dropping all of this and going down here into here instead, I saved a couple of points to put some clusters in, and the clusters I went for was Exposure Therapy with damage over time multiplier and Eldritch Inspiration damage over time multiplier, and then I threw in a energy from Not, which basically gives me, well, I can take it out to show you. I don't, oh, because I have, really? How many regrets do we need? So go from like 10, 11 to 7, so you get like 600 flat, basically. So it's more defensive, but adding these and dropping this Message to the Madness actually lost me a tiny bit of damage. A tiny bit, not a whole lot, but a tiny bit. So it's actually more damage not using clusters. Yeah, so we are currently rocking like, yeah, 425,000 on Essence Strain. What else is there to say? I think I've done my story. Yeah, so I did the level 100 talk, and we went through the final form of the character. That's kind of it. So next up, I'm gonna work on, I don't know if I've actually showed this before, but I'm gonna work on the Necromancer. You know what, we can swap over to him now. We'll do this like in a 2-in-1 video. I made some upgrade to him as well. Crafted these wands. So upgraded from shitty +1s to decently good +2s. Yeah, I want to focus on this one a little bit, but I might craft. I might try and craft better ones still to get tier 1 minion life. I have been using Siegebreaker. I mean, it seems to be doing a little bit more single target. Single target character is really good. But yeah, focus on this. So I'm gonna turn this guy into CI, and I'm gonna use a shield, and I'm gonna go max block. I have a 0 crafted tree somewhere. I think this is the guy. The tree is not final. I actually don't know if I'm gonna use, this is for Lethal Pride. I don't know if I'm actually using Lethal Pride. I don't know if I need to. I'm not sure how my block value is gonna be looking exactly. But, so this is like 108 points. I was trying to get it down to like 100, because I do plan on using at least 1 cluster. I may or may not use voices. I had a 5 drop yesterday, so that saves me money basically, because I may or may not use a voices. I will be using, I think I've crafted the duels already. I was going to use energy from Naught, because I'm basically going to be using this helmet. I will be attempting to craft a better helmet on a better base. This guy here. And I will do that later today, actually. I'm going to buy a shit tonnery of resonators and fossils and see if I can get it. I got very close on a couple tries yesterday. What I'm looking for is basically this, but with an either flat or % energy shield to up the energy shield a little bit. I was going to use this. But if I use this helmet, I lose the +3, and the idea was I was going to put my SRS in a 6-link, an actual 6-link instead, but then I realized my zombies are going to be 4 links, and I don't really want that, so we're not using this helmet. I was a little bit upset that I'm not going to be able to use the enchant. However, I have come into a problem. I've changed my specters a little bit too. I have Arena Master. He's the one doing the boom boom. I have 1 ape that gives power charges, and I have 2 apes that gives frenzy charges. And then I have the Arena Master. The Arena Master gives like a haste buff every now and then, attack, cast, and movement speed. And when he does that, I actually reached the 20 cap. I've actually reached the 20 cap multiple times. Mostly because I'm using Flesh Offering, which gives me an even more cast speed. So that's actually really bad. So if I use the SRS enchant, I am definitely hitting 20. So, you know, while mapping, that's not really a problem, because, you know, you just kind of move like this. You know, but when you're bossing, you're basically just standing still, spamming. So the enchant is actually a really big problem, which may or may not neutralize itself, because if I'm going max block, I'm not gonna use Flesh Offering. I will be using Bone Offering. Yeah, back to the jewels. Where are they? Cause here we go. Yes, one with the shield. I'm gonna be using. I'm planning on using two. One with the shield rather than energy from Naught. So 2 energy from Naught gives me 200 flat, which may or may not scale better, but I think one with the shield is better because it gives me... How much does it give me? Because I have a crafted... oh, there it is. I have this shield here. So, since we're awful at math, we'll just do like 360, it's 180. I've already figured it out. So, this gives me 50% increased defenses from equipped shield, which means 50% increased energy from the shield, which means one of these basically gives me flat 180. It doesn't give me a flat 180 to scale with the rest of the percent, but it gives me like 180. So 2 of those is going to give me like close to 400, which I feel is probably going to be more energy shield than from Naught. Either way, it's more defensively, because I get, so with 2 of these I get 10% chance to block attack. I have absolutely no idea how my attack block value is going to look like until I actually do the respec, so it's going to be really, really interesting. But later on today we will be crafting this helmet to try and get a better this version. I have already crafted a chest piece, this, that I can still divine actually, I think. Yeah, the percent can go up to another 10%. I think I'm happy at like 600, but yeah. So my next character to focus on will be this guy, because he's a lot of fun and he's very strong. He's very strong currently, even like life might never matter, but I want to make him even more stronger. There are some cluster units I've been considering. I don't actually know the name or the exact values, but like you regenerate like a huge portion of your life if there is a corpse nearby. I don't actually know where it's on, so I might be using that as well. So this guy is going to be a lot of stair crafting once I actually have crafted everything. Holy shit, I've been talking for like 20 minutes. You know what? I'm not gonna cut this video. I'm just gonna upload it as is. And it's 10 a.m. right now, so I am going to make myself some food. I'm gonna do the dishes, and I will be coming online a little bit later after that. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the stream, hopefully.